Hi, Vera. Congratulations on the win today. Marta's had a very good couple of weeks. I'm curious how much you knew about her and how you prepared for the match today.
Well, I knew that she's a great young upcoming player. She's a fighter on the court. I've seen her play a couple of times, not much. Never practiced with her or played with her like in the past, but I knew it was going to be a tough match, and I knew that I needed to, to play my best to beat her. And I think it is always difficult to play your first match in a tournament. I felt like in the beginning, I kind of couldn't find my rhythm in the beginning, a few mistakes, but then I was getting better and better through the match.
You just won the doubles US Open with Laura Siegemund. I'm just curious how that's affected your mindset, confidence, and all of that on the court.
Well, I think that singles and doubles are different games, Of course, it was great to be out there at the US Open, and, of course, it was great to have that trophy in doubles. I've had some great success in doubles before, winning, a couple Grand Slams as well. But, singles and doubles still a different game. But obviously, just playing a lot of matches, being out there playing against great players, even if it's doubles, it still helps. And I think it helped me to get back, after a long break, because I had an injury in 2019, missed most of the year, just started competing again in the beginning of this year after Australia, played 4 events, and then the tour got suspended. So overall, it was like a 1.5-year break. So for me, it was very important to get those matches on the big courts against top players.
Michael Dickens, coming to you.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Vera, congratulations on your victory this afternoon. Well done. What does a win against a younger up-and-coming opponent like Marta do for your confidence? And how do you see your career going forward after this year?
Well, I'm just enjoying my time on the court, and I want to play as many matches as I can, and I want to be able to prolong my tennis career as much as I can. I don't know, maybe just a few months, maybe I got a few more years. I don't know. I'm not setting any limits for myself. And of course, being there against such a young player, upcoming player, and I felt like, we were fighting on the court. It was a good match, and I was still out there fitness-wise, mentally-wise, after so many years on tour, I'm still there. I still have the desire to compete, to fight, and I think if my mindset is like that, the age doesn't matter to me. We're just 2 players, and we're trying to, to win that match. That's it.
Is your approach to the game at your age different than when you were up and coming, say 5-10 years ago?
That was like up and coming 20 years ago. That was a long time ago. But for sure, it was different. For sure, I had no idea what it is to be on the tour. I had no experience, and everything seemed kind of easy. You transition from juniors. I got lucky. I never got stuck playing ITF tournaments. The transition went so fast. So I never really knew what it is to be out there. And then suddenly I came up the rankings so high, and, you're taking everything for granted. You feel like, oh, it's going to be like this forever. It's great to play. Of course, you get sad when you lose matches and stuff, but you don't think about like, oh, wait, you can get injured, or anything can happen, and maybe you're not going to win all those matches anymore. You're not thinking this way. Sometimes you're getting frustrated with yourself for no reason. And I think now I'm just a little bit more calm. I know there are ups and downs everyone has them. Even if they're upcoming for 2-3 years, eventually there will be something, and then, you know, the level goes down, and you still have to manage everything. You have to manage yourself. You have to go through those moments and keep working on many things to improve and hope that, you know, eventually it will pay off and you will get back to that level. It is very difficult to stay at your best all the time.
And Nina, coming to you.
Hey Vera, you've been as high as number 2, which is of course amazing, but how much did you think about that number 1 ranking, and is it ever on your mind now?
Not really. Not at all. I never thought about number 1 ranking. I was, you know, like, I'm still the same. I never look at the draw. I never look at the rankings. I just know approximately the rankings, you know, because I know I need to get into some tournaments, you know, to enter tournaments. And I know that, okay, if you make it to the Grand Slam or no, you just need to know some approximately your ranking, but really I was never concerned about the ranking as much, or about it's just and I'm not really thinking about it right now. Maybe if I had someone next to me doing counting and telling me, oh, you're close, let's try to go for it, let's go for that ranking, but I think it's not the right way of doing things, you know. I think for me it's very important, but for every player it's very important not to think about it. It's very important to focus on every match and think what you can do to win this match. If you start thinking too much about rankings and all that, I feel like it can work for a year, but then, you know, eventually it will get into your mind so much that you cannot focus on the most important things, and actually you can lose your confidence. So I'm not really thinking about it.
Alex Kruskin, coming to you.
Thank you, Alex. Congratulations on the win, Vera. I noticed this is your 8th event I think you've played since the tour restarted in August, and I'm curious for you, why have you made the decision to play so many different events? Obviously last week you were at an ITF in Turkey, now you're back here in Linz. What led to that decision?
Well, I think it was easy to make the decision. First of all, I was looking to play on the hard courts more, because clays and lucky surface for me. I got many injuries on it, and I think at this stage of my career it's a little bit too dangerous for me to play many clay court tournaments. But I think when I was looking at the calendar, I felt like I needed to play, because like I said, I missed most of the 2019. I just started playing again in the beginning of the year, and the tour got suspended. So a year and a half, I had no match play. And I knew that if I wanted to get back to the level I believe I can play, I need to get a lot of matches under my belt, maybe 30 to 40 matches before I can get to that level. No matter how hard you train, you never experience what you can experience on the court during the match, just how hard you have to focus, how much effort you can put out there. You're always, I feel like in the trainings, you're always holding your back a little bit, holding yourself back. And out there, you have to give it, 100%. So I felt like, okay, I'm going to play. And then because I did well in Cincinnati, my ranking went up and I made it to the qualis of Roland Garros, but it was actually not a plan for me to play a clay court season. So then I made it to the qualis, and then I thought, okay, maybe then I can play an event before that, traveling back to Russia and then going again for Rome or Paris was very difficult with the restrictions. So I felt like if I travel from the US to Europe, I can access the tournaments in Europe. Otherwise, at that moment, it was very difficult between Russia and EU to travel. So here I am.
I mean, I appreciate the candidness with your answer. I'm going to sneak in a quick double question on that, because I've never heard, you think at this point clay is more difficult on your body than the hard courts? And then, you talk about finding that level in Cincinnati. You found it in Indian Wells as well. How are you feeling about your level of play coming out of 2020?
Well, I feel like I'm getting it back. You know, I think I felt like I was playing at a pretty high level at the end. I believe was 2018 when I made the quarterfinals in Moscow, beating some great players. And I felt like, you know, after I gave birth, and then it took me a while to get back to that level. And then finally I was there, but I was getting a lot of small injuries that were preventing me to train properly. And then again 2019. So yeah, I feel like now, you know, clay court for me is just, I need a lot of time to get used to it, with different sliding, and my hips are not dealing with that really well at the moment. So I feel like maybe it's not, the best surface for me. I mean, hard court is not that, it's not easy on your body either, but it's just something that I'm used to with my body and my footwork, and it's just easier for me to adapt to it.
We've got time for 2 more questions, and we're going to start with you, Edgar, coming to you now.
Hi, Vera, congrats to your win today. I'm from Germany, and I want to know if you're planning doing doubles with Laura Siegemund next year after your success in US Open.
Yeah, as of the moment, we are planning to play together during the Australian events, in Australia, and hopefully we will play the full season, but for now we arranged to start in Australia, and then we will see how it goes.
Okay, and then last question coming to you, Julian.
Hi Vera, how are you? Congrats for this win. Is it an advantage for you to have a great experience in this tournament in Linz?
Well, overall, I played many events which are now on the tour. So at a lot of those events, I had, you know, some good success in the past. And for sure, the experience that I got over the years is helping me. I know that it's never easy, and it will never be easy, but I'm just trying to remember those great matches that I played here in the past. And I think it is giving me a lot of motivation. So I would say, yes, it does help.